90-Day Fiancé Bilal Hazziez and Shaeeda Sween's relationship timeline. Bilal Hazziez and Shaeeda Sween have had their ups and downs on 90-Day Fiancé Season 9, but their relationship seems to work for them. The couple had to get over their stubbornness towards each other, battle cultural differences, and get on the same page about children before they could tie the knot. They fell in love online and were able to build a lasting relationship once they met in person. 90-Day Fiancé Season 9 featured some returning couples like Ariella Weinberg and Biniam Schreiber as they moved from Ethiopia to New Jersey. The main theme this season was moving in with family, which was prominent in the lives of the newer cast members. Thais Ramon and Patrick Mendez struggled to find a balance living with Patrick's brother John, and Jibri and Miona Bell had conflicts living with his parents. 90-Day Fiancé Season 9 has a great success rate so far, as only one couple has split up, Ive Ariano and Mohammed Abdelhamid. Many fans were expecting Bilal and Shaeeda to end things before the season was over, as they seemed like complete opposites in many ways. Bilal and Shaeeda had several arguments about a prenup that fans felt was the kiss of death in their relationship, but the pair has changed a lot since they started filming the show. Bilal and Shaeeda had mutual friends online, so Shaeeda started DMing Bilal on social media. They continued their online relationship, and, in 2019, Bilal took a trip to Shaeeda's native of Trinidad and Tobago. Bilal and Shaeeda spent a week getting to know each other in person. The 90-Day Fiancé couple continued their relationship during the COVID-19 pandemic, but all plans to meet again in person were put on hold. For the second time in their relationship, Bilal and Shaeeda met in real life nearly 2 years later. Things were not off to a great start for the pair on 90-Day Fiancé, as Bilal immediately wanted to test Shaeeda. He took her to the rundown house he grew up in rather than his own home to see if she would accept him regardless. Fans did not like that he accused her of being a gold digger, ultimately causing trust issues in their relationship. Bilal and Shaeeda were able to get past their differences. However, 90-Day Fiancé fans still remember their awkward car ride, where Bilal threatened to drop her off on the side of the highway. They also overcame her strained relationship with his kids, had discussions about having their own kids, and eventually got married on December 18, 2021. They were not allowed to post pictures until it aired on 90-Day Fiancé months later, but the pair has been showing off their love as they are still going strong today on 90-Day Fiancé happily ever after Season 7. However, Shaeeda clutched the metal bar of the Ferris wheel as it creaked upward, the city lights twinkling below. The night was supposed to be magical, just the two of them, suspended in the sky, enjoying each other's company. She had expected romance, maybe even a heartfelt confession of love. Instead, Bilal cleared his throat and pulled a neatly folded document from his jacket. "So," he began, glancing at her with a nervous smile, "I've been meaning to talk to you about something important." Shaeeda raised an eyebrow. "Up here?" Bilal chuckled awkwardly. "Yeah, well, I thought this would be a good place. Peaceful. No distractions." She glanced around. "Except for the fact that we're hundreds of feet in the air and you just pulled out paperwork." He hesitated. "It's a prenup." Shaeeda's eyes widened. "A prenup? On a Ferris wheel?" He nodded, shifting uncomfortably. "I just think it's important to be practical, you know? To protect both of us." Shaeeda let out a sharp laugh, more out of disbelief than humor. "Bilal, we're supposed to be enjoying this ride, not signing contracts." Bilal sighed. "I love you, Shaeeda. But I've worked hard for what I have. And I just want to make sure." "You want to make sure you are safe?" she interrupted, her voice tight. "Not us. Not me." The Ferris wheel stopped at its highest point, leaving them suspended above the world. Shaeeda turned her gaze to the city below, trying to steady the whirlwind of emotions inside her. "You don't trust me," she finally said, her voice softer. Bilal reached for her hand. "It's not about trust. It's about being prepared." She looked at him, searching his face for reassurance, for warmth, for something that would make this moment feel less like a business deal and more like love. But all she saw was caution, hesitation, and the fine print of a future she wasn't sure she wanted anymore. As the wheel began its slow descent, Shaeeda took a deep breath. Maybe this ride wasn't leading to the happily ever after she had dreamed of. Maybe it was a warning. And maybe, just maybe, she needed to decide if this was a contract she was willing to sign or a love she was ready to let go of. However, Shaeeda sat across from Bilal at their dining table, her hands wrapped around a warm cup of tea. The air between them was thick with unspoken words, the weight of their ongoing conversation hanging heavily. "Bilal, we need to talk," she finally said, her voice steady but firm. Bilal looked up from his phone, sensing the seriousness in her tone. "About what, babe?" Shaeeda took a deep breath. "About having kids. We've been married for a while now, and you know how important this is to me. I need to know where you stand, no more vague answers." Bilal sighed, rubbing his temples. "Shaeeda, we've talked about this before. I just think we should enjoy our time together first. Kids are a big responsibility." Shaeeda's eyes flashed with frustration. "Enjoy our time together? Bilal, we're not getting any younger. You promised me we'd try. But every time I bring it up, you push it aside. I don't want to wake up one day and realize it's too late." Bilal hesitated. He loved Shaeeda, but the idea of starting over with a newborn scared him. His past experiences had left him cautious, and he didn't want to rush into something he wasn't ready for. I want to make sure we're truly ready," he said carefully. "Financially, emotionally, everything." Shaeeda shook her head. "That sounds like an excuse. We're already stable. We have love, we have a home, and I have dreams of being a mother. You keep saying one day, but when, Bilal? When will it ever be the right time?" Bilal looked down, unable to meet her eyes. He knew she was right, but the fear of change held him back. "I don't want to disappoint you, Shaeeda. I just need more time." Tears welled in her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. "Time is exactly what I don't have, Bilal. If you truly love me, you'll keep your promise. But if you can't, maybe I need to make some hard choices about my future." Her words hit him like a punch to the chest. He realized he was at a crossroads, either step up and build a family with the woman he loved or risk losing her forever. "Let me think about it," he whispered. Shaeeda stood up, her heart heavy. "You do that, Bilal. But just know, I won't wait forever." As she walked away, Bilal knew he had a decision to make, one that could change both their lives forever. However, Shaeeda Sween sat on the couch, nervously twisting the hem of her dress. The soft hum of the city outside their Kansas City home barely registered in her ears. She had been feeling strange lately, tired, emotional, and a little queasy. She knew something was different. Bilal Hazziez walked in, his usual calm demeanor masking any worries he might have had. "You okay, love?" he asked, sitting beside her and gently taking her hand. Shaeeda hesitated for a moment before handing him a small white stick with 2 bold pink lines. Bilal stared at it, then at her, his eyes widening. "Are you serious?" he whispered. Tears welled up in Shaeeda's eyes as she nodded. "Yes, Bilal. We're having a baby." For a moment, silence filled the room. Then, Bilal exhaled sharply, a mixture of joy and disbelief washing over him. "Alhamdulillah," he murmured, pulling Shaeeda into his arms. Their journey had been anything but easy. From Bilal's reluctance to have more children to Shaeeda's fears of missing out on motherhood, they had fought, compromised, and prayed for this moment. And now it was real. The next few months were a whirlwind. Shaeeda struggled with morning sickness, but found comfort in Bilal's care. He was meticulous, making sure she ate well, stayed active, and didn't stress. She, in turn, cherished his presence, even when he fussed over every little detail. One evening, as they lay in bed, Shaeeda placed Bilal's hand on her belly. "Feel that?" she whispered. A tiny flutter beneath his palm made Bilal gasp. "That's our baby," he said, his voice thick with emotion. The months passed, and their bond deepened. They attended ultrasound appointments together, argued over baby names, and even set up a nursery. But not everything was smooth. There were moments when Bilal's controlling nature clashed with Shaeeda's need for independence. "You don't have to treat me like glass, Bilal," she sighed one day when he insisted she rest instead of attending yoga class. "I just want to protect you," he admitted, looking away. Shaeeda softened. "I know. But this journey? We're in it together. Trust me, just as I trust you. The day finally arrived. After hours of labor, their baby girl was born. As Bilal held their daughter for the first time, tears streamed down his face. "She's perfect," he whispered. Shaeeda, exhausted but glowing, smiled. "She's ours." And in that moment, all their struggles, all their disagreements, melted away. They had created something beautiful together. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Amelia. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.